Are you saying year 3 in y'all relationship or marriage? Okay.
No, the entire. Because year 5 we were married. Because year 3 is when we got married.
Okay.
Are you saying overall? Okay,
overall, yeah.
Okay, got you.
Let me clarify.
I'm just trying. Yeah.
Yeah, overall.
Got you.
Okay.
Year 3 of being together.
Okay.
We were still new to each other in a lot of ways.
Right.
And what kind of poly are y'all? Are y'all probably like y'all are dating the same person, or is it like y'all got y'all own person and that's y'all person? Am I even
So
No,
it's a
you-
close, yeah.
it's
There are
a-
different dynamics to being poly. Some people do date. They're poly, and then they might date this person, date that person, date whoever. But they all know like I'm dating these other people. But it's just a different dynamic to it. Our poly is more so a closed poly dynamic, meaning we date one person. We're all in a relationship together.
Okay.
They're in their own relationship, yes. We have our own relationship, yes. We have our own relationship, and then all of us are together. So it's like if they want to spend...
Yeah, so think about like just...
I ain't got time to do anything else.
What's like a poly fail that y'all can laugh about now?
Poly fail.
Yeah, like one of
A
y'all
fail.
poly situations that y'all had that didn't work out.
Our second one,
listen.
it was great.
We canceled
we
that
thought we
subscription
were-
3 months later.
Literally was a 3-month trial. It was so
We
straight
canceled
though.
that
As friends,
subscription.
as friends, it was
What
like,
happened?
oh,
Man,
Well,
what
she-
didn't happen?
Whole lot of gay shit. Whole lot of gay. I like
Hey, what's going on? It's Boss Brit the Most Lit,
What's up? It's your girl DJ Excel.
and this is
the No Homo Show.
where everything we talk about.
It's homos.
Gay. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Like, subscribe, comment.
I hate you, first of all, because now you just got so used to saying that. We're on Patreon now.
Yeah.
So shout out to everybody that's tuned in on Patreon. We rock with y'all.
Like and comment.
We appreciate y'all. And shout out to everybody listening to us on the podcast side, the audio side. But you should still tune into our Patreon.
Facts.
For
We
sure.
building a village over here. So I hope y'all
Yes,
been
a village.
I hope y'all been enjoying it over here. And make sure y'all get y'all merch. You see what I'm rocking?
We're building a house. You know the gay houses?
Okay.
Yeah, we're
The Gunkles.
no, we're the No Homo house.
Oh, I like that. Got a
I-
ring to it.
I hate you.
Get y'all merch. We outside all summer. If you prefer coochie, like I prefer coochie, make sure you go run this hat up right
Hello?
now.
Hello?
All right, let's get into it. We got some very special guests in the building today. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce you all, okay? So today's guests who are coming by to talk about a whole lot of gay are the definition of modern love and unapologetic authenticity. One is a bold creative force known for her magnetic energy and fearless expression. The other is a dynamic stylist and entrepreneur with a sharp eye for beauty and a heart full of hustle. Together, they're not just a couple, they're a brand, a vibe, and a movement. From coordinating fits to building their shared platform, they embody what it means to live out loud and love without limits. Gabies, please welcome to the No Homo Show, Tequila Shottz and Reese, aka Wife Goes in the building. What's up? What's up? How y'all feeling, man?
that was a good intro. That was a good intro.
That was
Do y'all fuck with that?
Yeah.
I try to do what I can do.
That was
what I can do
beautiful.
for my
Thank
folks,
you.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate
Y'all
that.
really been out here doing y'all big one for a while.
Thank you.
know? So-
Thank you.
Y'all
Shout
do too.
out.
What you mean?
Thank you.
We've been watching the girls. We've been seeing it.
White girls.
Okay.
heard
Before
y'all
we get into it, we offered you shots here, drinks. Y'all didn't want it.
couldn't
So I
wait.
want to
She
know
couldn't
why.
thirsty.
So I want to know why your name is Tequila Shottz.
Well, my name is Tequila, but I like puns. So Tequila Shottz because the alcohol, because everyone knows that. Tequila Shottz, I play basketball. Tequila Shottz, I take photos,
Okay.
videography.
You
Come
should
on,
have
Triple
done that.
Entendre.
I like puns. So
Okay,
that's
I
why
like
it's
you.
chill.
You did that.
All kind of shots.
But you declined our shot.
You asked me for a shot. I mean, I still was gonna decline it. So I don't like the way you say it. I don't like the way you say it. If you mixed it well, you know, I can drink it, but
There's
just
no
take it
Yeah,
out.
baby.
It's
You
disgusting.
stress. You stress.
Because we don't do mixed shots up there.
See,
Mixed
You know?
shots is crazy.
Yeah, we don't.
I gotta.
That's a
I
mix.
gotta
That's
have
a
chaser.
cocktail.
I
Okay.
got-
That's all
exactly. I'm a lady.
Okay.
It's fine.
I didn't prefer shots neither. I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah. So in today's episode, we're gonna sit down with you all who are a married couple, okay, whose love story goes beyond tradition. One would say we'll be talking about what it means to be queer, committed, and poly. How you all navigate being
get so
married
excited.
while also exploring poly and what the boundaries look like in y'all relationship and how you keep a connection strong while staying open to others. It's going to be a real conversation about love, freedom, and defining relationships on your own terms. Because I feel like y'all really be doing that shit.
That's a fact.
And y'all been holding
That
it
is a
down
fact.
POP.
POP.
Okay.
Holding
Let's
us
break the
down.
ice.
P, hold it down.
Break the ice real quick.
I know you seen the Skittles bag and you was like, yes, they got us some snacks, and I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's
Played.
not. It's a gay riddle in there, all right? This is a game called Skittles and Riddles. I know.
Snap.
I know y'all thought it was food.
Okay.
No. It's a whole lot of gay shit, all
Okay.
right?
All right.
So you're going to pull out the riddle. You're going to pull out the Skittle.
Pause.
And there's a
Pull it
gay
out.
riddle.
Pull it out, yeah.
How many riddles in there? Just one?
Who knows?
I think it's probably like 4 in
We're
there.
gonna go.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go with your
All right,
favorite.
and
crazy.
if y'all get this wrong, since y'all not taking tequila shots, our viewers are, so
I'll
they
take a
got
shot.
it. They got
I'll
it.
take a shot. I'm not opposed to taking a shot.
Oh,
Okay.
You know, I'm just okay
What
with
you
having
drink?
sober conversations. That's all.
Do you want a shot?
Oh, I can say. I'll take a shot of tequila.
Period.
Y'all gay.
All right, so we had to get her a shot. So now she got her. Go ahead and show the people. You got your shot.
Come a shot.
With the shot glass.
The
Shout out
No
to all our
Homo
gabies that
Show.
got
We all
theirs
have
as well.
shots.
Hello?
All right, you ready?
Yep.
If y'all get it wrong, y'all gotta take a shot. All right, it's a gay riddle.
But who made the answer though?
Yeah,
It's a real
your-
answer.
So
The
is this
answers are bad.
Oh,
The answers are really
Oh
bad.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's
Just
meant-
like off the
it's
Laffy
meant to
Taffy
make you
stuff.
take a shot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Why do lesbians make great chefs?
Because they like to eat.
Because we eaters. That's all I was about to say. That ain't the answer.
It might be the answer.
It sounds like
sounds
it. Do we
about
have an
right.
answer?
Do we have an answer?
What's
We
the
have
number?
an answer.
9.
Like to eat?
Yeah, that sound right.
Why do chefs like to eat?
Why do lesbians make great chefs?
Oh. Whenever it's
Girl.
a long pause,
Girl.
Oh my God.
something
What does it say?
stupid. Probably
Now
is
y'all need to
something
take a
stupid.
shot for asking us this question.
Because they always make sure the cat is well fed.
What?
That doesn't make sense.
I know, Britt. We really need to know, Britt.
Why is
We
there a
really
cat
need-
in the kitchen?
I
Why
know
are we
it.
in?
That why is a cat in the
Wait, what?
kitchen.
But no, we really
Don't
need
you
to
make
have-
sure your cat is well fed?
No, that the chef.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
you-
a chef.
it don't go
making
with
cat
chef, yeah.
food.
Yeah, that don't make no
Right.
sense.
You make
The
sure your
cat
cat
is
well-
the food for
Yeah.
lesbians. That doesn't make sense.
This game is just to get people drunk. I
No,
want people
these
to
answers
understand
piss
this
me
is
off.
not
Yeah, that's why.
here to get anyone any type of logical
Everybody take a shot.
explanation.
You know
She be
what?
standing about this game, y'all.
Cheers
Y'all
to
know.
my answer.
Salute.
Yes.
Okay, period.
Right.
Yeah. Woo!
Britt's living
Look
through
like
you
it.
right now.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel
living
like-
through you. That's that true serum.
Okay.
So now we're gonna get the real.
I'm crying. Oh, you was gonna get that
Oh,
regardless.
regardless.
Okay.
Right, what are you talking
I
about?
love that.
I need a shot for that.
I love
Okay, so next, my shit
Guys-
upside down.
it. was backwards outside
Hey,
there.
I
You
do that shit all
funny.
the time. I don't even. What I'm about to say is not even on the card. I don't even know why I'm looking at
The
the
girl
card.
she was doing an interview one time, y'all. I looked at her card. It was one line, and she kept going. She kept
I
going.
gotta remember what I had to say. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But let's get into y'all coming out story. Okay, so let us
right.
know who, what, when, where, why, how was it for y'all coming up out that closet? Whoever wants to go first.
You can go first.
I didn't have a coming out story. I was never in the closet. I simply was just like, hey, mom, my girlfriend's coming over for Thanksgiving. And she was like, okay. And I was like, all right, cool. That was it.
And how did you realize like you was a lesbian or?
When did I know I was gay?
Yeah.
So I've always liked girls. You know, kindergarten, had my little girlfriends, first grade, second grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like straight out the womb type of thing.
Yeah.
But I didn't necessarily know what it was until I had my first girl crush.
Yeah.
That turned to my first girlfriend. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. Because I was cheating on every nigga. And I had him in rotation until I had my first girlfriend. And I was like, okay,
Same,
cool.
sis.
I like this.
Okay.
I like
I was
this.
like, okay, cool. This is where I belong. And so that was 16. I was 16 then.
Okay.
Yeah, that it be that 15, 16 age.
Yeah,
You be
yeah,
feeling
you know,
right
high
now.
school.
You
Yeah.
be feeling yourself.
Yeah.
So she was cool with it, no backlash.
Yeah,
no,
so I think
no questions
no,
asked.
not at all. So like
That's
my
it.
family, we have like a history of women who are out and living in their truth. So
Are y'all
it
related?
wasn't
They from the same region though.
Hey.
Like that.
Are you Puerto
I'm
Rican?
saying
Is it
northern.
because you're light skin?
Are you Puerto
Yeah,
Rican?
it's definitely.
That's
Yeah,
what it
she
is.
Black and Puerto Rican.
yeah.
Black and Puerto Rican.
I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican.
Black and Puerto Rican.
Straight Puerto Rican.
Yeah. I'm Puerto
Okay,
Rican.
we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, girl.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I said, like my family, again, being from Boston, a very liberal city, very liberal state, the first state to legalize gay marriage.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you know, it wasn't anything that had to be hidden. So I never felt uncomfortable just to be myself, and I just always lived my life however I wanted to, right? And as long as I didn't hurt myself or anybody else, my mom was straight with it. She
I
was
love
like,
that for you.
No pun intended.
I was like
She
straight
was
with it.
she was straight. No pun intended.
How about you?
Mine was I just had a little bit more conversation with my grandmother because that's who raised me, but it was because I just wanted to tell her because I didn't want her to find out. You know, it was a big thing. So I was like sophomore year in college. We were having dinner, and I was like, "Oh, I got something to tell you." But I have a nervous laugh when I'm doing stuff, so I'm like giggling, like, "I got something to tell you." And she's like, "Oh, you so silly," just because I'm goofy anyway. But I was just talking to her. I told her about it, and she was like, "Oh, okay." Like I kind of figured. I was like, "Oh, okay."
It's easy.
I thought you was gonna kick me out or something. She was like, "No, like I would never do that." I was like, "All right,
Well.
pass the mashed potatoes."
Glad we got that out the way.
Yeah, but because I'm from a southern state, it was more of I feel like I needed to have this conversation.
Yeah.
That's why I said, because y'all are like from the north,
Yeah.
you know, north is more liberal, if you will, northeast, whatever.
Yeah.
But you guys are more open. I feel like southern states, for the most part, people a little bit more
Conservative.
yeah, conservative,
Church.
you know,
Yeah,
Christianity,
that Bible
religion.
Belt
Yeah. So it's
line.
like but after I told her, I was like, I don't care who knows. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't care, but as long as she know,
Yeah.
The most important
Got her
person
approval.
needs to
Yeah.
know, and that's it.
because nobody can come back and hold that over, you know, your head
Exactly.
or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
She figured because you play basketball or dress like a tom. Like how did she?
Yeah,
what
I
made her
mean-
say she figured?
Just because of my personality and how I acted. I was tomboyish, yes, but I'm very feminine, so I still dress like women's clothes. I still wear heels, stuff like that. So it wasn't like you've been wearing long shorts this day.
Long shorts is crazy.
It wasn't nothing like that, but it was just long shorts.
3XT today. You want to tell me something?
Crazy work.
Everything.
But I mean, I played sports and stuff like that, so she already knew I was like tomboyish, but also I was very feminine, so it's like I just played sports, so it wasn't anything like crazy. But she just figured, like I said, just because my personality and the way I acted. So
Word.
Nah,
Wasn't
about
crazy.
when we talked about getting y'all on here, hey, dressed as a baddie, I didn't even recognize. I had to go
the wig was crazy. The wig was crazy.
Yes.
The
You gotta
wig
send
was
us a little
crazy.
picture so they can see you can do both, okay?
You should have been there for the reveal.
The
The,
reveal
way
was
she,
fun.
the girl in her came out.
It was the heels. It was the kitten heels.
So do you do that often, or was that like a special
You do that
occasion?
often?
No, it was a show. A show reached out to me and asked me if I was open to doing it because they do transformations and stuff like that. People that go from like dramatic ends of the spectrum to the other end, basically. So they asked me to do it. I was open to do it. I mean, unbeknownst to them.
Okay.
How to use that word? It's funny. But little did they know that I'm comfortable doing it. You know.
Yeah.
So they were like, everything's okay. Can we do it? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
You do whatever.
you like-
The wig I was really skeptical about because I'm like, I seen their show before and the wigs be like
Maybe.
So
It
they
ain't
dressed
giving.
you up.
Yeah, they did. They dressed me as far as getting the outfit, but I
Okay.
put like some accessories on because I was
Put
like,
that shit
it's
on.
giving PTA. It's giving I'm about to go to a meeting with
She
my
texted me like, babe,
kid.
send me. She's like, give me a pair of hoop earrings. I was like, which ones?
baby.
She was like, the bamboo one.
Yeah, baby.
And did you feel like you cool with it? Like you embrace both?
Oh, absolutely. Because when I met her, she wasn't how she is now, like completely like looking masculine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
She still had a lot of femininity to her. Like was wearing heels around me. Her hair was silk pressed, bump
Okay.
to the gods, edges laid.
Inches.
Like so, she still had a lot of feminine aspects to her
Yeah.
when we met. And so then the more she started getting comfortable and finding her own identity, that's when she started dressing more masculine. So it was never an issue for me. It was just it was still a surprise because it's been so long.
Right.
And then I was just like,
I didn't know you
oh
still had
my
it in you.
God.
I had to double take. I'm like, you look like somebody I know. It is you. I called me for it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, our friends are like gagging.
Yeah,
man.
You sitting there all chill and shit. I'm like, sitting there you from somewhere. So I know you just said like, when y'all met. So let's talk about when and how y'all met because y'all been together. Correct me if I'm wrong. 13 years together, married for 10.
Yes.
Okay, so let's take it from where it started at. Because first of all, that is 103 years in lesbian time.
That's crazy.
You're right.
You write that on your card?
It's correct.
I thought you was going to count down the days or something.
It's correct.
That's 103 years. You feel me? So how did it start?
Right.
How'd y'all meet?
So we met via Twitter when it was Twitter, not X.
Okay.
We didn't even know each other. I was following another masculine presenting person. And the girl retweeted what she said. And I was like, oh, this girl funny. And I was like, oh, she fine too. Wait a minute. I have no idea what the joke was.
I tried to go back to my old tweets and they're gone.
Damn.
I tried to go back.
13 years ago.
103 years.
Listen, they be pulling up celebrities' old tweets from 1972. So
They do.
I'm like, there's got to be a way.
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't remember what it said. It was funny though. But like I said, I like funny, intellectual kind of like jokes that'd be like, oh, that was clever. So it was like something like that. And I was like, oh, this girl funny. And I clicked on her page. I'm like, oh, she fine. Oh, snap. So I started following her. She didn't know I was following her. I wasn't tweeting her or nothing like that. I was just following her just go like, all right, this girl fine. And that was really it. We ain't talk. We ain't do nothing. I ain't retweet, say nothing to her.
Yeah.
And then one night randomly, it was like 3 a.m. I was on the East Coast, on the East Coast. Well, we both were on the East Coast, but we were still on West Coast time because I was traveling playing basketball and I had just came back from like California, Denver, somewhere like that.
No, you didn't. You never hit California because that was a thing.
Oh, not yet. Yeah. But we were over
on
like
the West Coast.
Yeah, we were on that side. And when I came back, I was at home in Alabama, and she was at home in Boston. And we just both had to be up at like 3 a.m. East Coast time.
I used to live in California also.
Okay.
So that's why we were both on West Coast time. And so I'm up, it's 3 a.m. We were both 22 at the time.
Yeah.
I just turned 22. So, I used to be outside.
At the 22-year-old.
I was outside in California. So I'm up wide awake 3 o'clock in the morning. And, this is when Twitter was like live feed.
Yeah, legit.
So it wasn't
when it was fun.
It was like
it was fun.
whoever was tweeting.
There was no porn.
You got to literally see. You got to literally see who was online. So at 3 a.m, there's only like a few followers up. And I was bored. And so you know how it is like late nights, you just start saying some random ass shit.
Yeah.
That was me. One of my followers had subbed me and was like, one of my followers need to go to sleep. I was like, just for that, I'm about to tweet the whole alphabet. So I started blowing. Aggie is fuck. And I was like, so every tweet was an individual letter.
She had nothing but time.
Legit.
3 o'clock in the morning, nobody's up but me? Absolutely. Yes. So
you tweet individual letters.
Individual.
I wish they brought back where you would see stuff in real time.
Legit,
That's not like
they
say
should
that.
do that.
Now I be seeing stuff like that posted 3 days
3 weeks ago,
or last month or something like that. It's
that's
like
crazy. If you're
I
gonna
don't
be
even see
mean,
my
be fucking
friends
for
because
real.
of that. Like,
Yeah.
they're not posting order. But she was posting individual letters. I seen LMNO QRS. Some letters was left out.
In my defense, I was tweeting too fast. Okay.
So it wasn't loaded. So it probably
The letters were out of order, and I was like, well, I hope nobody
that's
sees
hilarious.
this because I can't edit it, and I can,
I'm about to say, as soon as she had that thought, I saw it, and I'm like, this the pretty girl. Wait a minute. These letters ain't
intellectual conversation.
Right. So I'm like, nah, this ain't the alphabet. I don't know what exactly I said.
You was like, did you mean to tweet the
did you mean to
alphabet
tweet it
wrong
wrong?
on
Yeah.
purpose? I was like, okay, who's this?
And then we had a
was
basically debate about this was around time when teachers were boycotting and stuff like that too. So we had an intellectual conversation debate about that, and she was like, well, they're not paying the teachers enough to teach us the alphabet, so I did.
Therefore, I tweeted the alphabet wrong on purpose.
So then we started talking.
And what about it?
Yeah. And,
so we just started talking from there, and then like you didn't even get to the most important part. That's just the
the
literally
very beginning.
Yeah.
How we
then
met.
we didn't talk for a few days. Oh no! First of all, she didn't want to give me her number.
Yeah, I didn't want to give her my
Let me tell
number.
the people this. Let me tell the people.
You
this.
asked for it?
I said, hey, because I was like, this girl's cool as fuck. Mind you, I was not looking for anything. Okay.
Because we had been tweeting and the conversation kept going.
Yeah,
it was like,
we was having a really great conversation. And I was like, oh, this girl cool as fuck. Like, who is she? And then I'm like, whatever. We just kept talking. And I was like, I'm just thinking we can just take this offline just because, like, I like to meet people. So I was just like, let's be cool. I asked her for her number. She said, no.
Because pretty girls are crazy.
Oh.
And I was standing on that.
You were serious?
She was dead serious.
I was like,
Do you remember
I don't feel like putting up.
Do you remember that app Voxer?
Who?
The Voxer? It was like a walkie-talkie
Okay, so
app.
remember everybody had Nextels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
They
so
had that.
after Nextel, they made an app called Voxer, and
I
it was
think
a
I do remember
walkie-talkie
that.
app.
Okay.
She gave me her Voxer. She was like,
Yeah.
"You can have my Voxer." I was like,
Now
So
we
it was
talking on
walkie-talkie.
walkie-talkie.
Over and out. Over and out.
No,
Okay,
that
okay.
was
wow.
a legit thing, though. That was a
Hey,
legit
yo,
thing, though.
listen.
You
It
was on your
pretty
hit
popular.
shit.
Oh,
Remember
how
his?
do you know? Yeah, I remember his, but
Remember when he sent to the walkie-talkie?
"Yes, listen."
Oh,
she,
yeah.
she hit me with one of them. I was like, "Wow, okay." Anyway, so we're talking on Voxer, but then we don't talk for a few days, and I hit her up. I'm like, "Why haven't you talked to your wife in 3 days?" She's like, "See, this is why I didn't give you
because
my
pretty
number."
girls are crazy. Because
That's why I
why
didn't give
haven't
you
you
my
talked
number.
to your wife in 3 days is insane.
Why have you talked to your wife in 3
Wife
days?
is what
But
she
guess who ain't
said.
Did
stopped
y'all
talking
know
since
that each
then?
other were into women?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
How
picked
did y'all
up that
know?
we're-
Was it like in the bio?
I'm thinking
She
the
looked
tweet.
gay.
just the way, I look gay. I figured she was gay because the girl that retweeted her was gay. So it was like,
Okay, so
yeah, it was just
put
giving
two
like
and two
gay.
together. The
Yeah,
gaydar went off.
Yeah, it was just
Got
giving.
it. Okay.
But she hit me up and was like, "Why haven't you talked to your wife in 3 days?" And I was like, "See, pretty girls are crazy because wife is crazy."
Hell yeah.
And we haven't stopped talking ever since December
Since
2011.
Oh,
What was it?
2012.
12.
So how long in between did y'all actually link up?
After that conversation?
Yeah, after your wife, after she.
Oh,
told
well,
you.
So that was
Yeah,
December.
that was December.
We
didn't
met in
meet
person
till-
in April.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So like 4 months later or
That's
so.
a little.
Yeah.
Gosh.
And we met in California because I flew out there. You feel me?
Yeah.
For her?
I don't care.
Shawty came out to
hey,
see
come on.
me.
You know, I don't care where you at. I'm gonna pull up on you if I'm feeling
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So she came out to see me from her last stop on her tour, and then the rest is history.
What was y'all first impressions of each other in person?
Oh, we were excited. giddy.
Yeah, nervous,
I told her I
like-
loved her in the first week. She told me she loved me.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
I mean,
And
y'all
y'all weren't
was
We
even-
were
very.
not even in a dog. I asked her out. She said no.
Yeah.
Oh, you just.
Y'all was in
you
love but not
hard to
together.
get.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to tell you.
Why you say no?
Because we were long distance, and then I was just like, "Is this something I really want to do? I don't know if this is really gonna work." Like, I do love you. I
You
like being
responsible.
with you.
Yeah, you sound very mature. You
Yeah,
know,
I've been pretty mature. I feel like since I was younger, I be thinking about stuff. I take a
I
lot
can
of
tell
stuff into
because I would have been
consideration.
like, wife, hell yeah, put you in my bio.
Listen,
You know, put you in my
I just
bio.
went for what I
Put 'em
wanted.
in the
I
top
felt
8.
it. I was going with the vibe. I was like,
sure.
I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
I was like, well, let's see where it goes. I'm liking this. So why not?
I was going with it too.
You know what I'm saying? I dropped all my hoes on for you.
They weren't worth shit anyway. So love at first sight, y'all would say.
Yeah, we've said that yet. Legit love first sight. Because when I seen her, and then she met me at the airport with a sign and like my favorite snacks and stuff like that. And I always like, I'm a very hopeful romantic, so I like stuff like that.
I'm
So-
not.
Yeah.
So I'm not
Yeah, and
romantic.
she not like that. So
I'm
when
not.
she did it, I was like, okay,
yeah.
at first.
She's getting her wife.
Yeah.
Her wife
she
ain't
trying to
know.
build she trying to build that rapport.
4 months ago, so
That's how they get
I
you.
see
They
it.
put it in.
That'd be funny when once you've been with somebody and you realize how much that isn't what they.
That's what Brandy did to me.
Their comfort
Literally.
zone. You know what I'm saying? I know my first time going to my wife's house, she cooked a meal. The girl ain't cooked since.
She cooked?
Yes.
No, she was trying to get your
That's all
ass.
my bro. Like,
Tisha don't cook.
my wife don't. She ain't cooked since. No, for us to speak video, she probably cooked like less than 20 times. But
How long
She
y'all been
hooked you.
together?
8 years.
8 years.
How long y'all been married?
We've been married 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she hooked you with the cooking and hasn't cooked since.
Yeah, I mean it's just funny because it just kind of like with her, it just showed me like, damn, you really like
You
me.
messing
Yeah.
with the
you
kid.
really
You was
messed with the kid a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, Brandy used to style me and then she just stopped, you know. She used to give me really good outfits, like random as hell. Like, you should wear this tonight to your party. I'm like, oh, you want to see me in that? Like,
Do y'all bring
now
these
she
things
don't.
up? Like
Yes,
when they don't
I
do it?
have.
Oh yeah. Well, my wife
wanna style
got
me
good
tonight? No.
compromise. She's like, I'm not gonna cook, but I'll make sure you eat. I'll get something to eat. Like
I order some
why
shit.
She
Yeah,
cooking
she
no more
ordered
though?
some shit.
Why she ain't cooking no more? She
She
just don't feel like
I mean,
it.
I don't think she ever really did cook. It
Oh,
was just
she ordered takeout really the first time.
She made
She making it
no.
into takeout?
She can cook. When she cooks though, it's good. She just don't like cooking.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
me.
That's how I am too. I don't like the process.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
like
annoying.
paying attention and shit
She don't like
that,
dirty
you know?
dishes, none of that.
I like
Yeah,
to cook
it's a
when I'm
lot.
cooking. That's
Yeah.
it. But
Okay.
like
Gotta-
prior to,
You gotta get the groceries. You gotta, and don't be fancy. You might have to chop some vegetables and stuff. Oh,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
a lot.
look.
It's a lot.
It is.
Okay, so
feel
let's
her.
get into some relationship questions, some more questions.
Every time she talk about like y'all like relationship, she get excited. Y'all
Wife
see
goes. No, because I remember like just seeing y'all when I first moved to Atlanta. I moved here in like 2016. So I just remember seeing y'all and just always seeing y'all together. And I just respect that because I know how hard it is dating, let alone dating in Atlanta.
yeah.
It's tough out here. It's ghetto.
And y'all moved out here together then?
Technically, not on
No,
purpose. I was already up here.
Yeah,
I-
it wasn't intentional. She was
Yeah.
actually supposed to move to California.
We were talking about moving to California, but like the cost of living over there is crazy.
Yeah.
And then my friend kept asking me to move up here, and I'm like, no, why would I move to Atlanta? Like it's Atlanta. Like
Atlanta great.
it is. I love it. It's a very great space for Black people, but
Hell yeah.
where I'm from Alabama, I'm down the road. That's why I was
True.
like, why would I?
That's true.
That's literally nowhere.
Because
Yeah.
again, she was moving to California.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
true,
the intent was to go
yeah.
a lot further than Atlanta.
And then she talked me into it, and I was like, you know what? It might be straight. So I came up here and I hung out a
Your
little
wife
bit.
gonna come. All right, she gonna follow you. It sound like.
No.
No,
We didn't. I
really
just
was-
was up here.
Okay.
Like we were just talking. It wasn't even like I really came up here a little
no,
bit.
we actually started our relationship in April. You came shortly after that, but when she moved, we had no intention of moving.
That's what I'm
to
saying.
Atlanta.
Yeah, in June.
Yeah.
'Cause I came in June, then you
worried
visited,
about
but it wasn't
money.
a.
15 years
Well, because
ago.
it matters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Because
bad.
it
Timeline.
matters. Timeline does matter in
Okay.
this sense because
Yeah.
it literally was like,
Yeah,
again, we
'cause
got
then I
together in
came-
April. The
yeah.
plan was for her to move
To
to
California because
in
we were
December.
talking about it. Yeah.
Right.
So we weren't trying to move fast.
Yeah.
Like we was really
Y'all
trying to
already
chill.
in love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
for
also some things had to be considered.
Well, that ain't moving fast. Being in love, because you know.
Love
Well,
has
it
no
ain't-
time.
it ain't.
You got-
It is what it
exactly.
is,
You got
yeah.
But
the
y'all were
person.
like, I think, all right, so I'm just trying to normalize it and I shouldn't do that because you can't love somebody without being in a relationship with them.
That
So
is
I
true.
guess that's why I said
This
moving.
is true. You can't love someone without being in a relationship with them.
Because we
It
just said
gets
I love you
sticky.
before
Yeah. It gets
we got
sticky, yeah.
together.
It
But
just
see, we did,
depends
it
on
was
the-
so like literally non-traditional. We
Yeah.
said I love
Yeah.
you before we made it into a relationship.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then, you
No,
know,
and
And
again,
she still said no. I don't.
yeah,
want
then
to.
I said, she still said,
I love you, but I do not want to be with you.
I had to think, you know.
Right. And it's like we were already long distance and then she had to think about the long distance. But to get to the moving part,
My
I had-
friend convinced me. Then I came up
she
here.
came up here and then with us making plans for her to move to California, I was
Just
getting into some
visiting,
shit
yeah.
with people I was living with. And she was like, why don't you just come down here?
Yeah.
You'll have somewhere to stay and you won't have to worry about XYZ. And I was just like, no. But then I was just like, if I move, it can't be for you. It has to be for me.
Mhm.
I
And
like
so then
that.
I had to sit and I had to think about it. And honestly, the pros outweigh the cons. And, you know, I'm a hairstylist and I'm like, Atlanta is the hair mecca. Why not? So then that's what
And
I
I
did.
was also here.
Yeah. No, I think that's something
Girl.
a good topic because a lot of times people fly into a city for somebody, right?
Yeah.
They don't know anyone else but that person and that person's friend group.
Yep.
And then
Right.
when they break up, they're like lost.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
You know
all
what I
they
mean?
have are the friends that they made through that
Right.
person.
Yes,
possibly.
and it puts it in a real weird situation because sometimes that person doesn't want her friends associating with you.
Right, you gotta break up
after
with
breaking
everybody.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
you
true.
gotta break up with
I don't
everybody.
need you talking to everybody.
So
Yeah.
it was literally like I had already moved to California for a relationship. I don't want to do that again.
Oh, that's why you
Right?
was out there.
And I was by myself for you know, I was making it on my own for like probably the past 6 months prior to meeting her. So it was just like, I'm not worried about you. I ain't worried about what's going on down there. I'm worried about what I got going on.
Right.
So
Yeah.
let me focus on this. And if things align, then sure. But
Right.
yeah, like I said, I had to sit, I had to think about it. And at the end of it, I was just like, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, and
Why not?
it wasn't even on some relationship type
Yeah,
movie
it
anyway.
literally had
We know
nothing to
you
do-
my
said no.
suggestion-
We know.
Tequila wants to make it clear.
No,
You're
no,
my
no, no,
homie.
no.
That's my girlfriend.
I love you,
but we're just roommates.
I'm your
No.
wife, but you're not my girlfriend.
At that point, we were in it. But my suggestion wasn't because like, oh, let's just U-Haul and move in together. I don't even know. I don't even think I knew what U-Haul was.
Right.
Even then,
She was
I was
legit
like,
concerned about my
her safety and like, okay, you can come out here, you know, and you're a hairstylist, et cetera, outweighing the benefits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So April, man person. And then June
she visited. We didn't move in
June
together
was just
till
a
like,
visit.
what?
It wasn't too far after
Yeah.
that, but so
Like,
I don't know.
Just trying to think of the
that
time
part
frame.
of the timeline, we don't know.
So when did y'all
Let's-
actually get? When was it official? In April when y'all
April
met?
was
Yeah,
when it
April.
was
Okay.
official.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that's when it became official.
Okay.
which is our anniversary.
Y'all took y'all time. Y'all should take notes, viewers. They took their time with this.
Took our good lesbian time.
Tequila is mature.
Technically,
Our
it was
lesbians.
U-Haul.
Y'all gotta
I mean,
I'm
technically,
sure.
it is U-Haul when you
but
think
it
about it.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It was a very
It was, but it
thoughtful.
wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's
U-Haul.
never really. It's always damn. We might as well split the rent because I'm trying to get
Right,
my
I'm
money
over here.
together.
It'd be
Yo.
convenient.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
swear.
A lot of shit.
And
would be
but
convenient.
we love being around each other, so it's
Yeah.
also
It
like
was always a good
yeah.
time.
Period.
That was actually one of the considerations. I'm like,
Yeah.
every time we're together, it's a good time. I lived in the Bay Area for 4 years.
Shout out to the Bay.
Shout out to the Bay. I lived out there for 4 years, and literally that week that she visited was the most fun I ever had the entire time that I was out there.
Aw.
So it was like, it literally
cute.
had nothing to do with anything, but we just really had a great time together every
Yeah.
time. Every time.
Like,
I'm that
I'm
guy.
laughing at
Oh my
$40.
God. Triggered by this.
$40. Bro,
I took her to this club and
I
it was
wanted to
bad.
dance. It was so
bad.
trash. We paid $40 for the cover
And she would-
for both of us. So
Oh, everybody
80.
was being like real, like
It was such a
too cool to dance like
heteronormative,
shit.
like,
Yeah.
no, that
It was hetero and the
it was
music
so
was trash.
hood. It was so,
oh shit.
my poor baby. She would
She
not
was
let
stuck
this
on that
happen.
$40.
But
I paid
to
$40.
this day,
80, really.
To this
I just
day.
say 40 because it's funnier.
Hey, I'll
Now,
be
40
thinking
back then to it at 2011,
Right.
2012.
12.
40 in
That's a lot.
2025.
It's crazy.
That is a lot.
That's highway
depending on
robbery.
the-
15, yeah.
Hello. Not too much.
Cause yeah, if it's our week, if it's our regular weekend, all right, that might be a lot. But it's a
weekend,
special
it's
But
Yeah.
it wasn't even a special
It was a
weekend. Like,
regular
When you sit back, I don't
when you
care.
think of special weekends, like
Yeah.
no, because I know y'all party promos and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But it wasn't even
It's
like
understandable.
yeah,
No, it was a
wasn't
regular ass weekend.
That's
Like,
fucked up.
please.
And you're gonna play music, DJ XL, to try to make
Yeah.
people dance and have a good time, right? I
sure.
don't know what this nigga was on.
It'd be like that.
You were just here to get the $40.
He needed that cover.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like it might just be the DJ and me, but I don't have that much fun in straight clubs like that.
I don't
No,
have fun.
I
That's
don't
straight
think
club.
that's
They be
it.
too
It might be the
stiff.
lesbian,
No
it's the
shade.
lesbian in you.
I'll be
'Cause
Yeah.
telling,
niggas
yeah, I'll
just
be like,
wet.
yo, I don't even want to DJ for these motherfuckers. Like
Yeah.
the female parties are just more fun, more
Yeah.
free.
They're lit. People
Just
having
dancing.
fun.
Because
yeah.
we're not there for the male gaze. The men
Yeah.
are there for each other. And it's like,
Literally.
y'all really
Literally.
trying to impress the
Clock
women
it.
or like what's like.
They're trying to impress
Black fest.
each
Yeah.
other. Yeah, they're trying to impress each other. That's all that
It's
is.
weird.
Bottle Worlds. All right, so let's get into reality. All right, so if y'all had to say, because y'all are a public figure, y'all have y'all Instagram, y'all have y'all brand that y'all promote and everything like that. But what does the Instagram version of your relationship leave out, if you had to say?
A lot.
Yeah, people think they know us based off of our Instagrams or social media in general, but you only see what we want you to see because we're still very private people. We're really like popular introverts. We love our time together,
Yeah, I
our
like
space
that.
together.
Popular introvert.
We'll we'll take a picture or video because we cute or whatever, but listen.
So what we missing out on?
Man,
We want to
Our
know.
love and
the
affection
tea.
and
No,
just
they're
stuff like
so,
that. Like,
like-
people be wanting to see us like kiss and stuff. Like, relax.
yeah, they like to see the
Relax,
PDA. Like we
yeah.
like
Kiss
come on,
guys in the
come on.
comments.
No,
yeah,
legit.
but people be weird. So we're like, nah,
Yeah.
we like to keep that shit to ourselves. We like you guys like on social media, you guys get to see a lot of like the fun and
Yeah.
like interactive moments.
Yeah.
But there's so much shit that we don't capture because a lot of the best moments happen when the camera's not on.
that part.
So it's just like y'all really do get to see small conversations that we have. But I mean, we talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Nothing is off limits. You don't see when we're mad at each other,
Right.
obviously, right? You don't see the attitude. You just see the laughter and just, you know, just like the genuine friendship that she and I have. And, you know, it's hard to put yourself out there because of course social media leaves it open for interpretation.
Yep.
So we just keep it very surface level, and it's just like, if you know us, you know us. If you're around us,
then you
get
actually
it.
know. Yeah,
you know what, you know
it.
what's going on. But I mean,
But like, I was gonna say, half the time we're out and stuff like that, we be forgetting like, oh, we did say we were gonna film some stuff today or do something, because we're like in the moment, like we like live in the moment, and we believe in being present with each other and enjoying our experiences. But and then I'm like, just even talk about being mad or stuff, like I know people, social media codes be getting mad and like doing their whatevers and be beefing on social media, but it's like that ain't even us anyway.
That's
we
not
have conversations. We listen to each other. We comprehend what the other person is trying to tell us, so that we can move forward and change the behavior. But yeah, like I said, we be forgetting to record half the stuff anyway.
You know, that's the balance that I always have trouble with, is like getting content, but also like, fuck this, I just want to enjoy this moment right here. You know what I mean? And like,
because the minute you turn the camera on, it's kind of like you don't get real with it, right? Because literally the real moments happen when you're not worried about who's watching. It's just like, you just let shit flow, and then, you know, the best moments happen literally when the camera's off. It's like trying to record your pet. It's like, this nigga just did some stupid ass shit. Now you
gonna do it
again.
Not doing it again.
You're not gonna show company that little dance you just did, like so.
Oh, y'all embarrassing parents.
No, for real. Sound like. So if y'all had to say, what was one of the roughest patches y'all had, and how did y'all come back from it?
Good question.
Got deep. Look, y'all laugh. Y'all got serious real quick.
I think about rough patch.
I mean, I could look.
What is it? Year 5?
Year 3, year 5. I said that we literally just had this conversation. Year 3, year 5, were our toughest years. So I think what happens is, because it's so early in your relationship, you really get to learn the person, right? Your individual selves are starting to come together. So it was like, one of our biggest problems was our cleaning style. So she would get irritated with how I do things, and I would get irritated how she would do things. But it was just like, listen, we had to sit there and be like, look, just because you do it that way doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it. It's just not going to happen your way. So having to find that healthy compromise and working with each other in that sense, like those are the kinds of moments that we had to get through. And it was hard because she's a Leo, I'm a Sag. We got smart ass.
We're definitely fire signs.
We got some smart ass mouths, and neither one of us get offended by it. We just one up the other. Like, okay. And so, like, you know, us having a smart ass mouth and having an attitude with each other is just like, I'm not letting up, she's not letting up. So we had to find our balance and how to communicate our issues with each other, because I didn't want to fight with her, but it's like, you gonna listen to what the fuck I do. I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. And I need you to listen. In the room. Yeah. So it's just like, you know, year 3, again, still new to each other, living with each other and just learning each other.
Life experiences. And learning things.
Are you saying year 3 in y'all relationship or marriage? Okay.
No, the entire, because year 5 we were married. Because year 3 is when we got married.
Okay.
Are you saying overall? Okay,
overall,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, got you.
Let me clarify.
I'm just trying,
Yeah, overall.
Got you.
Okay.
Year 3 of being together, we were still new to each other in a lot of ways.
Right.
We also got married 3 years later. Like in year 3, we also got married. So that's the beginning stages of our marriage.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm like. It's the beginning of both.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then year 5, I heard and I read or seen this statement that was like
that's a thing.
After 5 years is when you truly get to know a person. But what I really think what happens is your entire being of who you are gets to fully show in those 5 years. And after the 5 years, that's when the two beings start to exist together.
But that's also a thing with business too. It's like
in all relationships. So in our romantic relationship, that was the case, right? So then now after year 5, now we're learning to coexist peacefully and happily and lovingly together. Now we're starting to do things like, okay, just going back to like the cleaning situation, right? Whereas like if she sees my shoes, she's not worried about it not being there forever because she knows I'm going to pick it up. And then I do. And now we don't have to fight about that, right? So it's like little things like that. So it was a lot of those moments, but those arguments, we really had to learn how to like talk to each other.
Yeah, and I realized like people are just raised different or just do something different, and it's crazy. You don't realize the little things until like you really live with somebody.
And, absolutely.
It's like arguing like, nah, it should be my way, and then or nah, it should be my way. But it's like, yo, we do have to compromise. Like, all right, what drives you absolutely crazy? And I know not to do that. You know what I mean? But let's compromise on the other stuff. So it's true, something as small as that could like, why are we arguing over this all the time? And it's just like, cause
That's why I'm like, that you made a good point, because like people are raised differently. I mean, obviously we see how white people living in these, but people are just raised differently.
Amen. You got one.
So like it's just like we're talking about like rough patches or whatever, but it's really just like difficult moments in situations. It's not even, like I said, it's not even a rough patch, because I can count the like arguments we had on one hand, like legit arguments, but difficult conversations, because it's like, dang, I like things a certain way, boom, 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 and then your person might be like, well, I like it a certain way too, but their certain way might be like crooked opposed to your like certain way.
Look how she
you to the right.
I do.
You see everything I'm doing crooked.
I thought we worked past this.
No, because literally my example was along those lines.
Because like yours to the right, mine to the left. So it's just like, all right, well, hers to the right a little bit, mine to the left a little bit. We can meet right here. We're good. Okay, I can deal with this. So it's like that type of stuff. Just
and truthfully, what you discover is like, the world, we all see things differently, right? Yeah. We're looking at the same digit. You see a 6, I see a 9. Yeah. Let's get each other to understand that we are looking at the same digit. Right. So that was...
that's where we just realizing like everybody's perspective is different.
That's how me and Brandy is, because I like to clean every 30 days, right? She
30 is crazy.
Every 30.
Yeah, I'm like,
you mean like
OCD crazy. Spring cleaning? What's
I'm saying you mean like...
I thought you meant like you wait a month, because I be cleaning every day.
No, but you're saying like
a deep cleanse.
That's
every 30 days.
Yeah, you gotta be specific then.
But Brandy she don't fuck with that 30-day shit. She like, it came too quick. I might clean up on her. I had to just be like, yo, you just got this one area. Just like this. But she still
don't clean that one area.
47 days. I'm like, yo, I ain't trying to bring it up, but like, are you going to clean the kitchen?
In her defense, that's your OCD.
Right.
You clean this shit.
Like, dirty. But also, I am a person.
It's her dirt, though.
You put OCD on me.
I cleaned the whole house. We have 3 levels. You only got one area. Why is taking you so long?
You have 30 days to
actually sweetheart. Listen, if it take her 32 days, is you gonna take her 32 days?
She on 47, she ain't clean. I'm counting down.
I think Britt really is counting the days.
But I'm trying to get to a space where it's like, all right, I feel 2 ways, because like, I'm a person, I don't like to complain about it. I'd rather do something about it, but I don't always want to feel like I'm doing what you signed up to do. Like, because we had to come to that agreement, like, all right, look, I'm gonna clean every goddamn thing. Just clean the living room and the kitchen. She's like, okay, cool. But then when it come down to it, it's like, I'm so tired today. I'm so tired tomorrow. Like, planning a tired design event. Like, I'm gonna be tired on Sunday. I don't think so.
But I done cleaned up.
You feel me? And I got OCD, so I think it's real important to have like, those conversations where it's like, all right, let's just come to some type of agreement. You feel me? It ain't gotta be my way.
It could literally be something as simple. Going back to the shoe example that I brought up, right? She's the one who likes to clean the most. Yeah. But there's a flip side to it, right? Because let me just get to the shoe part. So before I get to that, but like, she likes to clean up all the time, where I'm not so much of the cleaner all the time. Like, I do it on my terms. Yeah. But I will compromise by at least getting my shoes organized by the front door. If I leave them at the front, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll have 10 pairs of shoes, but at least they're out the way, because she wants them out of the way.
No, that's
crazy.
It is 10 pairs.
My line of work requires me to get dressed all the time.
You just come home and kick them off.
I just come home, kick them off, and then, you know what I'm saying?
But we have a shoe shelf at the door as well now.
We do have a shoe shelf.
It takes one step, right? You was one step away, right?
She's like, I put the shelf there for you to put the damn shoe.
Like, bro, you was this close. Your shoe is here.
But on the flip side, right? Yeah. When it comes to doing laundry,
I hate it. Mm-hmm. Listen, I will.
You see how she about to come to her defense?
I will prep it, because I already know. I know me. But I will take it out. I will sort it. I will do it. I'll put it in the wash machine. I'll put it in the dryer.
That
when they come in that clothes,
baby, when I tell you them clothes have been in that basket for months.
Listen.
I gotta write down my to-do list in the morning.
Again,
I've been doing better and slowly folding them. But I love the organization of it.
My line of
work
just
folded. What's today?
Requires me
Sunday.
My line of
Girl,
work.
that was a week ago. It's like that.
My line of work requires me to be dressed. Yeah. I do not like living out the basket because I don't know what I have to wear. Yes. Right. So when I do laundry, I wash, fold, and I put them away because we have a lot of clothes. We can literally do laundry and our laundry would be full again. Like,
do you see how many layers I got on right now? Like,
I'm telling you,
that's a whole laundromat right here.
Yeah. But that's where, it's like where I might lack in one area, she might lack in another area. So it's like you can't hold this one thing against the other person because they might do something else really well. Yeah. Right. So it's like when you start to look at the positive side of what it is that they do and bring to the table, you can't let the negative hold against it. You can't hold the negative against them, excuse me. Right. But just try to focus on the good side. And it's like, okay, yeah, she don't really clean, but I mean, she can cook. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Also, that's where I'm at because Brandy cooks. She cooks all the time.
There you go.
I do.
Because we don't.
So she tired from cooking. That's why she can't clean up.
So,
yeah.
And there's other compromises. Sometimes the compromises ain't like the way you want it to be because they might be like, I don't want to do this, but you know what? Since I am working, I got a little bit of money. I'm gonna put 100 towards somebody to come
to clean.
Yeah,
if you did that, I would be grateful.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I should mention.
You know what I'm saying? There's different ways.
Say Excel said you should get a cleaner.
Yeah, my wife been asking for a cleaner. I just haven't. I really need to. It's just because. Like mopping the floor takes forever.
It do.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I just want you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess I just haven't got comfortable with like somebody in my house.
That's a real thing because not everybody could be invited to your house.
Part. It's a safe
you
space.
You can't have everybody in your shit
for you,
so
and then niggas be you don't know.
Niggas be niggas.
Yeah. But I do think like and that's why I be saying on the show like. We all know communication in a relationship is needed, but I'm learning it's a way deeper level of communication.
Communication, comprehension.
That's why you got to comprehend what is being communicated. Because I could talk at you all day, but if I'm not speaking in the language and you're not understanding it,
what's the point?
We're getting nowhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you don't gotta agree with it. You just gotta understand my perspective on it, and
absolutely
be open to listen to my perspective.
Absolutely,
you like I don't agree with that, but actually, since you broke it down like that, I understand it.
And even because you let me know how it made you feel, you know what? I'm gonna take that into deep consideration because that's important. I want you to feel better about how we're living with each other or how we're moving with each other. Absolutely.
And then as far as relationship, if I'm, I truly love you, I'm in love with you, I want to be with you, then I'm gonna figure out how to make your proposition, you know what I mean?
Yeah, work for us.
Make me. I'm gonna do better to try to be. I hate it, but I'm gonna try to.
I'm gonna show up to the airport with a sign in your favorite snack because
because why?
I love how y'all reference patches
cats are always fed.
Okay, hello.
What?
Y'all reference patches about cleaning. I love that for y'all. I just want to point that out.
You gonna go home
I thought it was some tea, but it's no tea for y'all.
Really. Hold up, I know y'all are enjoying the episode right now, but we want to talk a little more about shopstarship.com.
Yes, y'all, listen, we always talking about Starship, and we gonna keep talking about Starship. Why? Because you should go there like yesterday, okay? Whether you got a long-term relationship, whether you got a sneaky link, even if you just need personal needs.
Listen, I encourage y'all to go to the website because you're gonna get the top of the top adult toys, all right? You need to add something new to that relationship, baby.
I'm telling you, sis.
Or, just surprise your girl real quick.
Okay.
So go to shopstarship.com right now.
You get 15% off with our code No Homo Show. 15% off No Homo Show.
Hope y'all have a good night.
Ow. I love that.
All right. Shooters.
Well, let's get into how y'all decide to be poly. And what kind of poly are y'all? Are y'all probably like y'all are dating the same person, or is it like y'all got y'all own person and that's y'all person? Am I even
So it's close, yeah. There are different dynamics to being poly. Some people do date. They're poly, and then they might date this person, date that person, date whoever, but they all know like I'm dating these other people. But it's just a different dynamic to it. Our poly is more so a closed polydynamic, meaning we date one person. We're all in a relationship together.
Okay.
They're in their own relationship. Yes. We have our own relationship. Yes. We have our own relationship. And then all of us are together. So it's like if they want to spend.
So think about like just
I ain't got time to do anything else.
Look, so just think about like having friendships, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have your best friend and you have your other friends. Like it's like y'all's relationships aren't the same, right? It's like y'all's relationship is one way, your relationship with another friend is another way. Now it could be a mutual friend, right? And you guys could have a different kind of dynamic, but that's just what it is. So it's like, because we're all different people that we allow our individuality to express our, themselves, however that may be. So yeah, we have a close triage. So it's like we date together. We tried other things, but it's like, this is what works for us. We feel like this is the best dynamic. But to answer how we got into it,
that conversation like we should go get an extra bitch.
I'm gonna be honest.
Extra bitch over here, cause you can't put them shoes over there, and I know an extra will be able to put the shoes over there for you.
Listen,
we haven't seen too many successful
We have not.
and people that like highly recommend it, we don't ever see them being successful in it.
Ever.
So just curious to how that started for
And
y'all.
we'll get into y'all horror stories.
God, okay.
Just how it started. How it
Really.
So
Say the person we were talking to.
yeah, well, who
Or flirting with.
You don't gotta say a name.
No, so
we're not saying that.
No, so we've never been the type of people who like restricted the other person from like acknowledging the beauty in other people, right? You can say she's fine, you can say he looked good, whatever the case may be. We've never been the type to be like,
or even to the
how was
point
you
where
cool? Like the fuck?
this nigga like booty, so I'd be like, oh, look at her, she got a fat. Like,
That
it ain't. It's no like.
So
don't look that way.
Yeah, so she was she had an Instagram friend and like they were interacting and she was like showing me her page. She's like, yo, this girl's funny as shit. And I was like, oh, let me see. And I'm dying laughing at the shit that she's posting. I'm like, who is this? You know how it is, like you just seen a bunch of memes. You're like, hold on, who is this person? Yeah. And I was at picture, I was like, oh, I was like, she's fine as fuck. And so then like
she showed me because I wasn't even looking like that.
Yeah, she didn't even know. I was like, you didn't see this?
Fine.
Like, you didn't see this?
You was being faithful. You was like,
I don't see nothing. I'm
just laughing at the
Ray
meme.
Charles did a joke.
I like Tequila, very loyal. I didn't even know that she was cute.
Leo gang.
I didn't even know. So, so they had their own little online friendship or whatever. So they were communicating and she was like being flirty. We're both naturally flirtatious. Again, we've always been this way. So it's not uncommon for us to be flirtatious with other people. Like it ain't nothing. We don't feel no kind
on Twitter.
We don't, hello? Oh. Like, so then like it just came down to like they were having a conversation and I just entered the chat through her and like, oh, tell her this. But it was just something so flirtatious, but it just opened the doors. And then it was just like, hold on.
Do you think we can
do this? Like, this is interesting.
Oh.
Like, I don't,
Let's see.
And we just agreed, like, as long as like they're on the same page as us, like mentally, whatever it is, wherever we are, then so be it.
They gotta be. Yeah.
Was it easy?
Or at least working towards like we can actively see it. Because some people present like they're on the same level as you as far as thinking and being able to talk about stuff and do things, and then you start looking like what is this? What is this? But yeah, so that's how it kind of opened up the door. Yeah, and then we were like, oh, we could do it. So then we just tried it.
We just tried it, and then we met somebody, and then that person turned into our first girlfriend. And that lasted a year and some change, and then we took the learning curves with that and just kept moving, kept rolling. Okay. So it's been since 2015 or something like 16, 17.
We've been in 2 relationships. Yeah, one was a year.
I would say like 15, 16-ish.
2015.
Oh, it's my when it started.
Yeah, like when we started like opening up the doors to polyamory.
I don't know.
Yeah, so was there anything like, did y'all like want, like did you have desires of wanting somebody else?
No.
Nah.
So that's a common misconception.
No. Okay.
Like we didn't lack anything in our relationship.
People think, oh, y'all want threesomes, y'all want this, y'all want that.
No. It was it never gave that.
It literally was a conversation.
Not lacking.
That word. It literally was a conversation. We like, because we already flirtatious, like, oh, let's see.
Like, where can we take this?
And then we started talking to a person and we were like, oh, this is kind of working out. Let's see if we like really all on the same page with it.
Yeah, it was not easy.
Yeah.
Yes. We definitely went through.
Yeah, you definitely learned some things like you didn't know. Yeah, because it's things you never experienced before.
Yeah,
and you're figuring out. You're processing it as you're doing it. Really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was never a lack. It was never a miss. I want someone to, because you're not fulfilling this. Absolutely not. It never gave that. It was literally like, we are attracted to other people. Let's explore that. Let's see where that goes. And we really grew from that.
Yeah. Because I'm like, if it was a lack, we wouldn't be here.
For sure.
Just
I do think that's where some people go wrong. Like they're trying to fill something.
Fill a void, codependency, whatever they got going on, trying to depend on something else, or saying, or they're probably just liars and cheaters and just saying, if we bring another person in, then I won't cheat on you as much.
And then they cheat on both of y'all.
That's crazy. Like, what are you doing? But
me. Hold on.
That's crazy.
I definitely tried to finesse that one.
You want to be with both of them.
It was good until it wasn't.
Exactly.
So you're like, well, we talked about how like you dress as feminine and stuff, but like you're like a little more masculine, you're feminine. So y'all gotta like the same person. How does that work?
So for the most part, yes, I'm more feminine and masculine present on the outside. I'm feminine on the inside, rather. Like how she looks on the outside is me on the inside. Okay. How she looks on the outside,
I get that vibe.
She looked like me on the inside.
Yeah, when she was like
so
this,
that's
that's daddy.
You see the face that?
Yeah, okay.
Young nigga, bro. YN over here.
Not
But
the face.
when we are attracted to the same type of person as far as like feminine women.
Yeah.
Yes, she does have attraction to like masculine presenting people, but I've tried to be like open, but
again, we had the conversation. Again, we there's nothing we don't talk about, because I was like, we just keep getting these femmes. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about that?
And then also a lot of women approach me too, because it's that lesbian thing where they don't think she's gay. And then they don't realize that we're married.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then they don't realize like we're married, because they like when we tell people we're married and how long we've been married, they're more confused that y'all look like y'all only 25, how y'all been together for 10 years type stuff.
Real.
So it's like that. So typically the women approach me, but even when we have this conversation about like masculine, I was trying to be open to like, there are some very attractive masculine women, even men. I don't mind telling people they're attractive or they look nice, but I'm just not attracted to you. Like you're attractive.
So like how to date them.
But like dating you, being romantic, I just
couldn't. Giving like bro?
I just couldn't.
It's giving bro.
Well, she like studs. Why did you like studs?
I agree with what you said. It's like you're attractive, but I'm not actually attracted to you.
Yeah. Listen, if y'all like what
if you do like studs, that's okay.
I don't like
it's a safe space.
No, I just had a little phase when I was just outside.
A little phase?
Fuck. Yeah,
Wait, what does that mean?
I was just talking to it. I was texting a stud. She liked to say I was dating a stud. We never dated.
A stud?
Several is what she just said.
Several?
It was 2.
She be clocking my teeth.
She be
Who was the second?
But what age was this?
The police officer.
That's one.
And the one in Miami.
Y'all go to Miami soon. Y'all going to Miami soon. That's crazy.
That's why you be getting jiggy with it.
But what age was this? Like,
I was like 24, 25.
Like 6 years ago.
So but you know about it, so not that long.
Yeah, we talk about it here all the time. But I wasn't, like you said, I don't think I was attracted to that person, but they were attractive. So I was single, I was outside, I was just doing me. I was like, you know what? They say want to take me out. They want to take me out.
And throw it out there. I seen the picture. Attractive bitch.
They had cute eyes.
So attractive is a stretch. Attractive is a stretch is crazy.
Nice skin tone.
That's crazy.
I'm not shallow. She's shallow. I'm not a shallow person.
She said just be for real about this attractiveness.
This about y'all. This about y'all.
We're good interviewers as well. Look like
I got a question. So look, is there a difference between poly, open, swingers?
Absolutely.
For sure. Swingers just be having sex with each other.
Swingers,
they just like
you interchange in relationships.
Legit,
right?
me and y'all go together. We go. I mean, she likes studs, so
yeah. So y'all go together.
I'm to give you an example. Y'all go
Keep
together.
Keep me out of your example.
I don't know. You got the band too now. You got the today. So, but say y'all go together, right?
Real bad.
We go together. Hey, we go together. Next thing you know, me and you just
we in Miami. We in Miami.
You know, and
So that's a
I
swinger.
do it just like we doing it. Then y'all do like it's just.
Is that also considered open?
It can. It's a form of openness.
It can be,
but
okay,
it doesn't.
Jews, man.
But it's usually
swinging really sexual.
Yeah, it's usually centered around sex, not necessarily relation,
dating
right?
and things. Yeah.
You're not doing that. You're here for a good time. So, open like that's why there are like swingers clubs, and then open is like. Yeah, she can do her thing. I can do my thing. We understand what we have, and anybody else that we're dating also has an understanding. Whether it's sexual or a relationship based, then that's just the dynamic. Poly is just having many lovers. Now, the type of many lovers that you have, whether it's like, everybody has their own thing or it's a close triad, it's usually relationship centered. But the biggest thing of it all, the most common denominator of it all is communication.
I was about to say, 'cause some people in open relationships and don't know
honesty. You have to be honest. That ass.
But it's the communication about like, and then niggas want to be like, they want to be like they player and whatnot, but you ain't player because you can't
because you're not even honest.
You're not honest, right? You're not even telling people. You're not allowing them to choose what they want to do.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, player is like, damn, y'all all know about each other and y'all cool.
That's
cool.
It's like, you're just honest,
Because what are you gonna do when I tell you the truth? The truth, the ball is in your court. All I can do is tell you where I'm at, how I stand, and you can do whatever you want with that information because I'm gonna keep moving how I move, right?
Yeah.
And that's what happened with us. It was just like, you're not the only person I'm talking to. Okay, cool. You're not the only person I'm talking to. All right, bet. And then we just kept it pushing. Like, all right.
So y'all tried to do open.
But I would say open in a sense of still poly, not like we're dating the same person, but like because women were approaching me first, and then women started to approach Reese as well. It's like, okay, I don't really like this person like that. Yeah. I'm not attracted to them like that. Like, I'm cool with them. I'm not tripping off what y'all got going on. We can see how that works. And vice versa, but then we realized
it was more so like, again, using y'all as an example, right? You come in because it's easy. Okay, y'all not together at this point.
No, they go together.
Real bad. My man.
Yeah, so you can you stop denying her? Like,
that's
I
crazy.
don't think I'm her type after I seen that police officer.
You too cute for what she
I think she like the more bulldaggers.
Bulldaggers is insane.
I like the E. What can I say?
That is hilarious.
So
I'm sorry. So you come in and we're all like interacting, and I'm like, you know what? She's not really my type, but I think you guys can, build off of what y'all have, and then we just become cool, and then we just have a mutual respect for whatever kind of relationship we stand in. Like, that's kind of the route that we were taking.
So those are kind of like the boundaries and rules y'all have set.
We set after experiences and learning things, like I said, because it's a thing that you're processing while you're also in it, and that's when we came to the conclusion, like, is it raining?
Yeah,
dang. When we have these conversations, we're just like, no, I don't really like that.
And having to be honest with your feelings is so hard, but also at the same time, it's rejuvenating because then you get to learn a lot about yourself. Yeah. And then your partner also gets to learn a lot more about you because there's a lot of things that come out that you might not have realized about yourself.
Yeah, until it happens.
You don't know it until you're in it. The shit show.
So when I'm trying to think, like, it's just so much. So when you're in a relationship, are y'all putting each other? I think I asked this in the last interview too. Like, are y'all like the married couple and that's like our girlfriend, or are y'all treating everybody on the same exact level?
We treat each other on an equal playing field. There's understanding in the relationship that we are married. So there are certain things that we've experienced that we have yet to experience with our partner, but we're willing to go there as long as you are willing to
go there.
In a way with us.
Yeah, and we do that because we have been together, married 10 years. We've been together 13 years. And a lot of people, that's pressure for a lot of people.
Understandable.
It's understandable, but I just feel like if I was in a situation, I'm like, I know these people that have been together 10 years and 13 years are choosing me, then obviously they see something. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but everybody ain't that confident in themselves.
Okay.
Do you be like, she don't like her shoes. I'm just giving you a heads up.
I'll say it.
Well,
they fit them shoes up.
I know she gonna hate she don't. I know she ain't gonna like them shoes.
But we do equal playing field because we want everyone to feel a part of the relationship. Yes, there are things that we have established. Yeah, we have our anniversary. We're going to celebrate it because those are our holidays, anniversaries, birthdays. We celebrating that. Even our first relationship, like I don't believe in exes, but our first encounter, she gifted us something for our anniversary. It was really sweet. It was like, dang,
yeah,
okay, niggas be out here chivalry, you know?
Yeah, so it was
really sweet. It was nice, yeah, and it was like she acknowledged what we had. So it's like
That's cute.
and then we acknowledged
That's cute.
we acknowledged our anniversary.
Yeah,
so we celebrated that and
same type of thing.
So we don't celebrate
celebrations.
Yeah, we don't celebrate Valentine's Day, right?
Oh, you don't?
No, we don't really care for it. But you know, if our partner does, then okay, we'll do that for you because that's what you like. So no, I think people need to understand that just because you know we've been together for as long as we've been together, time is just a construct. So it's like you can make the relationship whatever you want it to be as long as you're willing to do the work.
Yep.
That's it.
All right, so what's like a poly fail that y'all can laugh about now?
Poly fail?
Yeah, like one of y'all poly situations that y'all had that didn't work out.
Our second one?
Listen.
It was great.
We canceled that subscription 3 months later.
3 months, literally was a 3-month trial. It was so
We
straight
canceled
though.
that subscription.
As friends, it was
What
like,
happened?
oh.
Man, what didn't happen?
She came on to us. We were like, oh, okay. Like we hung out, but we was like, oh, we don't really know.
Yeah.
We
Like,
were
just
legit
talking.
friends
Yeah, we
for
were-
like
yeah.
a year.
And then
but
then we turned it into a friendship. It was like, okay, this person is actually really cool. Like we were both getting to know each other. We were talking a
she
lot.
brought elements to the relationship that we could appreciate.
Yeah.
We don't cook.
Oh, she could cook.
Maybe that was a chef.
She could cook for
Like,
sure. No, for sure.
That was a chef.
And then she was visiting.
That was a Chef Bay. Not that one though. Not we need a new Chef Bay, so you know.
Oh,
he can
fat.
cook.
Is that a plug?
Right, y'all recruiting?
But so yeah, and she was putting in the effort. Like she would fly to us all the time. Like she was in a different state, but
long distance
she'd be
poly.
flying to us all the time. We went to visit her, so we were like, all right, this is actually going pretty straight. And then we already knew she was interested, so we let her know, like, okay, like we see you. We're interested.
Yeah, we
So
can.
it's like,
we
all
can see
right,
with
be
this.
our girlfriend then. You know, we asked all nice. And then she said yes. It was straight. And then, but it seemed like
It's like as soon as we
niggas
got the title,
they get weird.
What happened? Like,
you
what shit?
man, listen, okay. I'll tell you one small
I mean, we don't
situation.
want the smallest one.
No.
Mucho grande.
No, but I'm just saying, like, how stupid this was
Yeah.
is just like a drop in the bucket to all the bullshit.
Okay, got you.
We were going to our friend's house because our friend had cooked for us, and she was like, well, she had cooked and was like, invited us over, like, hey, y'all want to come over? I cooked. Yeah, let's
She
do
going
it.
to the food.
One thing about it, baby.
Food is the love language.
One thing about it, I'm there. What you cooking? I'm in there.
she on the food.
Absolutely. So we're going to our friend's house, and a girl was like, why y'all going over there?
Pin in it. This is a friend that she has met several times and was very comfortable with us being around and her being around and us being around her without them being around each other. It was nothing like, I think y'all friend kind of like y'all is weird.
It was none of that.
Okay.
It was
unpin it.
It was why y'all going over there? I'm like, cause she cooked. What are we talking about? Like, you know, why you act like
it's not rocket science.
Let's not act brand new to this.
Yeah.
And she got so pissed, and we're like, all right, girl, we'll talk to you later. Like, it's like you see how small that was. So like that was just such a small thing. But one of the biggest things was my birthday weekend in California.
And birthdays are celebrations. These are our holidays. We said that, right?
Hell yeah.
10 minutes ago.
I said, it was to the point where I said, I have to let you know if I want you to come. I'll let you know.
Legit, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I was like, I'll let you know.
Yeah.
We had a conversation. I was like, all right, you can
Let her
come.
Then we got there.
We
me
get to this-
and her had a meeting because I said, listen.
The executives,
Listen,
the CEOs.
I know her.
No, because she was talking to me like she wanted to have a conversation.
No, it was one of those. No, I know her. That's not. She.
But it was because she wanted to have a conversation. I was like, I don't think this is the time and place to have this conversation. You could have did this weeks ago. Like, we're here to celebrate. Let's do that. Let's not ruin it. And then she was like, no, you're right. And then she did nothing that we talked about.
emotional manipulation. I mean, on the one of the last, like it was like the last night or night before, we were not talking. I left her ass. I'm like, let's go. We're going out.
And we're all in a room together. It was crazy.
So now you gotta choose her. Like,
oh, she ain't had no choice. But it's my birthday.
Yeah,
you go right now. It's my birthday.
It wasn't a choosing. It wasn't a choosing. The thing was,
I'm messy.
Very messy. Like, you gotta choose her. Like, your turn.
And
this is the problem.
See,
this is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
zoom in on DJ XL.
Editor, zoom in on
zoom
her.
on DJ XL, the stud lover over there. But no, I didn't have to choose her. I had already made my decision. What you're doing is stupid. We had a conversation. Mm-hmm. We still have plans to celebrate. You're included, but now you being
now you're doing the very thing that we told you not to do.
I'm just thinking about
you know, like I said. The next day I said, look, this is what I want to do. We need to get up and out at this time because my birthday is in December. So at the time, the sun's only out for like 4 hours. We need to get out by this time so we can go do this and enjoy the heat before it gets cold. Okay? So we're getting ready. This girl is usually the last person to get ready. She's not getting ready. I looked at her, I looked at Tequila, and I said, okay. I kept getting dressed. And then Tequila's getting ready. And then we're about to go. She's like, I need to talk to her. I was like, no, you don't. You're not talking. I was like, you had 9 hours to talk to us. And we're not talking right now. But let's go. So we leave. I mean, I snapped. Yeah. Later on that night, we're out. We having a good time. Okay. Later on that night, we're going to bed. And she starts crying. And I hear her. But I'm going to sleep because one thing you don't mess with: food, sleep, sex. Okay. Don't fuck with my food. Don't fuck with my sleep, and don't fuck with my sex.
And it was crocodile tears. It was
some
giving
bullshit.
master manipulation.
It was literally
because once I'm over it, then you know that we are just
absolutely.
Because I give you chances.
These two whispering. I was like.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I was like, "Can y'all shut up?"
Whispering to figure out what's
going on.
She's crying.
She's trying to figure out.
Like,
I don't give a fuck. When I said, "Can y'all shut up?" She's like, "You don't care that your girlfriend's crying." I said, "No, I don't. I'm trying to go to sleep." Okay. So there was a whole thing. Yeah. I'm like, "You had all day to talk." I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear it. So that was again. So we got back, and I was like, "We can't do this no more."
For just an example, if you was to be like tripping on something and she left with the other girl, kind of how y'all left her, would you feel like for real you gonna do me like that? Like I'm your wife.
That's a really great question, but to be very honest, I have to be I have to be honest with myself. Like, damn, bitch, you tripping? Yeah. This is literally a situation where every week something was happening. With
I'm just
her.
saying, just in general.
Yeah,
like, if she has to leave with somebody,
it has to be justified, and I would have to be okay with that. Like,
it would be the same thing. Yeah, but it would be the same thing if, just like we left because it was BS.
Yeah. We don't want to be here, so we're gonna continue. So, like, you know why we here.
If it's the same thing with her. BS, and we're like, all right, we're leaving. Or if it was me, BS, and then these niggas leave.
We're gonna leave you to it, and then we're gonna figure it out. We'll talk about it later when you get right with yourself. But if that was the situation, I would have to sit there and really have an honest conversation with myself. Like, girl, you tripping.
But truthfully, that don't be like, because I'm like, I don't like being mad that long anyway. Because I'm like, all right, let's cuddle. I'm done with this. So if it was me on the BS, I'd be like, all right. Let me just figure this out. Yeah. Same.
I can like go 2 business days.
Yeah, but a conversation is gonna be had.
Absolutely.
This situation is like you said,
conversation. It wasn't necessary to have a conversation.
We're getting arguments every week. It was to the point where we were like, we didn't get an argument this week. So it was like, we doing good. This ain't that.
We doing a good job.
This ain't that.
What's crazy is like, yo, if we got peace in our relationship, and then we bring somebody else in, and you're ruffling everything.
We told you earlier. She said earlier. We can count on one hand how many times we have an argument. Yeah. If we're having more arguments with you than we had in the entirety of our, that's a problem.
True.
That is a problem. 3 months, you're done.
And 2, like I said, we were at the point where like me and her, like we haven't gotten to an argument this week with our person. So you can see that we're still giving you chances because we're still like, okay, because this is probably not how this person used to navigating, or they don't know how to be in a healthy relationship either. Because some people don't understand when you're like, oh, I'm going out with my girls, I'm going this, I'm doing this. You're like, okay, have fun. And they're like, wait, what? You ain't gonna argue with me? You ain't gonna block the door? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Like conflict.
So I'm like, when it was like that, we were compromising and being like giving grace and being like, okay, because we argued 3 times this week. It's only 1 this week. Okay, progress.
Okay.
So
and y'all like agreed to break up with somebody. Like, what somebody want to be with? Like, let's just keep.
I know it can get complicated for real.
Yeah, it can be complicated. But if it's that's just a real deep.
Because these seats is hard, y'all.
I'm like, every time I look over, she's like, Laura. I'm like,
I cross my legs. I'm like, we've been sitting in the seat for like 3 hours. Like, damn, I ain't got no cushion and shit back there.
Imagine
like,
us. Y'all got
I'm thick, baby.
No, I'm saying even before y'all, we been sitting in here. So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think it can get very deep and complicated in that sense. I think a conversation just would have to be had like on some I don't really know, because like in the beginning we were talking about this when we started exploring separate relationships. It was kind of like that, like, well, I don't really like that person, but I see what y'all have and I love you and I love what y'all got going together and I'm okay with whatever y'all got going on. Yeah. So it would have to be something similar to that if we met someone that was like,
and we're in and we're like, because we have no problem like, okay, so how do you feel?
Right.
Because we talk to people, but it's just like, all right, how do you feel about that?
Or we come up with our own, you come up with you have your own experience with this person. So then if something transpires, then you're like, you ain't said nothing about it. And then it's like, I'll try to process this. I've been thinking about it and boom, boom, boom. And then you're like, oh, well, I've been feeling this way too.
And truthfully, we don't always have the same conflicts.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, she can be getting into it with somebody and we cool.
Right.
But me and her, we gonna talk about it because like, again, like, any conflict, we like to handle that in-house. And we'll come to each other like, all right, was I tripping? Like, let me know. Hold on.
I think the biggest thing is like, it's hard, which it seems like y'all built, to just build a solid relationship with good communication and stuff. So to do that, to take 10 years to do that, and then to do it with somebody else, it's just hard for people to have a good one relationship.
Yeah,
you're right. That we're all it's hard to get people to communicate. So 2?
Man, listen, you ain't never lied.
I'm saying them not your people then.
Baby,
but they can't communicate.
But truly, when we start talking to people and we listen, everything that glitters ain't gold.
I'm about to say, go, because I think you're thinking what I was about to say. Because I'm like, people like, we be like, oh, she's attractive, she hitting on us or whatever. It's like, because a lot of people already know too, like before, like I said, they'll hit on me because I'm masculine, but sometimes they'll see us out and like, y'all just fine or whatever, they'll hit on us and we're like, okay, what you talking about? And then it's giving.
Baby, we not scared. One thing about it,
right?
We not scared.
It's
like
giving.
We want to see what you talking about.
And then when they start talking to open their mouth, it's like you could have just stayed over there. Have fun with your life.
You could have just stayed.
There's no way.
Your ass over there.
So did y'all learn from that to not date friends? Is that like friends are now?
Oh, we never dated friends before.
Y'all said y'all were friends with the girl. Before y'all
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was
obvious she was attracted to us.
No, she was attracted to us. It turned into a friendship because we weren't like, let's go there. It was like, let's get to know each other kind of thing. That turned to a friendship. Okay. Oh, because I'm like, I don't date my friends.
Yeah, I thought y'all were friends before. Okay, it turned into a friendship.
It turned into a friendship. We didn't know. It turned into a friendship, and then it was like, okay, we like this. We see the effort that you're putting in to like be a part of our world, because again, a lot of people are intimidated by our relationship. And when people are intimidated by our relationship, it shows. It shows so bad. Like I called this girl. I was like, nah, she want what I have. That's it. I'm like, that's all it is. And I told her, I told her straight up, I was like, I just feel like you want what I have and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, period.
And she was like, you're right. I said, oh, okay. What? So you
You're right. I ain't even gonna lie.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But yeah, like I said, a lot of people are intimidated by our relationship, but she wasn't. So that was like, okay, we can, because we're very particular about who we open that door for. Because so many people really ain't about that life.
Yeah.
And
they just,
So do y'all think y'all would have lasted as long as y'all have been together if y'all were not poly?
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. Because us even having those poly relationships, like I said, the one we had was a year. We've still been together 9 years. Another one was 3 months. So take a year and 3 months away from the longevity that we still have been together 12 years plus.
So they were closer towards the end. I mean,
no.
They were
in
middle.
the mix.
But I'm just saying, like, we've been
we still been rocking a lot longer than the relationship itself.
It's hella
the poly.
Yeah,
So.
it's hella stints that we don't. It's not like we're all right. We are this relationship. We get into poly. We get into a poly. We get into a poly. All of our relationship. So that's why I'm like, no,
because we still have to nourish this relationship. Like
Period.
we have to make sure that we're good.
Yeah.
And we'll never compromise what we got going on for another relationship. Because then we start to lose ourselves, and it's like, why rock the foundation that's real solid? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad y'all cleared that up.
While y'all aren't in a relationship, like how often do y'all just have fun with
We get bitches, but we don't have fun like that.
Oh no, we don't.
We ain't fucking everybody.
We ain't sexing everybody. Yeah,
we ain't fucking nobody. We ain't kissing. No, we don't do that shit. First of all, we in Atlanta.
We definitely gonna flirt. We
Let's start
definitely
there.
gonna hang out. They might take us out. We'll take them out. We gonna flirt, but having sex, like, first of all, I gotta get to know you before I'm even letting you in that.
I used to be that person that was like, what?
A hoe for show.
Hoe for show.
Hoe for show.
Hoe for show. Hoe for show. Absolutely. Yeah. Big hoe, not the little one.
Had to retire it.
You know what I'm saying? What you say? Wholeness got deleted after 7.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with it.
Nah, we ain't on that type of time. Because again, we're in Atlanta. Bitches is funny.
And
like,
they're nasty.
Yes.
We
People
can't
are
fuck with
nasty.
anybody.
Yeah.
And
That's
So
absolutely not. Hell no.
within the bedroom, like, can y'all shed, like, is there anything y'all want to shed light on?
Nope.
Yeah, we don't do that. We don't kiss and tell.
Y'all don't think?
Shed light on what?
Like, just
On
like
the poly?
Poly in the bedroom.
Poly in the
I'm not saying
bedroom.
tell us about somebody if it's
I mean, it's just
They give
if
a
you've had
cracker.
a threesome before, then it's 3 people in there.
But I'm saying, is there anything like? I'm
Threesome
saying,
is
like,
3,
is
so it's
there
3 of us.
anything like y'all set rules on or anything, or is it just
Like, don't be kissing her too long. Come over here and kiss me.
Because that's
Nah,
insane. 'Cause
that's
why would
restriction.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay.
And it's
There's no
like-
jealousy. There's
If you're setting restrictions in the bed, you're supposed to be. First of all, in the relationship, you're supposed to be free to do.
true.
So if you're
whatever,
saying,
right.
maybe I'm thinking about having a 3. Like if somebody was
but
about
even if you
threesome?
have
I'm saying no.
she had to think about threesome with you and that girl in Miami.
what it is.
That's what it is.
Maybe I was
Nah,
thinking
nah.
like if you were having a threesome with somebody, you might set rules. But now I understand y'all are in a relationship.
Yeah,
with
Yeah,
but,
no.
yeah, because I'm like, no, that's weird. I mean, I don't know, like, have you had a threesome?
No,
like,
I haven't.
not in a relationship with anyone?
It's like,
or
no,
in
you
general?
can't. No,
That's
she
what I'm
can't
saying.
let you come. Like you
Yeah,
have to
that's
come. Like,
like,
no,
I feel like even if y'all are open to bringing someone into your bedroom and you say you can't kiss her for longer than 5 seconds or you can't do
Sounds
this
about
or
right to me.
like
in that?
don't
Yeah.
make eye contact. So you had
I
threesome
mean, if
before?
I had one threesome. I hated
you had
it.
rules. Y'all had rules where you like can't
We
kiss.
didn't even have time to make no rules. It just gotta happen. But I didn't like it.
Yeah,
I'll say
so,
that.
but there are no rules. There are no restrictions.
I feel like that would be weird.
I will say, I guess the one thing is, like, if we're in a new relationship, the first time is always together.
Yeah.
That's probably
That is
it.
our,
Okay.
but I think that's an unspoken rule for us. It's like, so
Yeah.
we share that intimacy together as
For
far
the
as
first
all
time.
of us. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because it'd be, I don't know, it'd be weird to just
Because
be like, oh,
we
y'all
don't
had
want
sex,
the
y'all had
other person
sex.
to be like, oh shit, I feel like you cheated.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Or,
it ain't
or
that.
even that person would be like, oh, I feel like I cheated on this person. Or
Yes.
like, yeah.
Well, I do want to say, I know like with 3 people, that's probably fun, but you probably get tired. So I don't
Tired
know
of what?
if y'all know.
Talking about the bedroom?
But you might 2 coochies you got eat. So look, or one, or you
Mouth
might
hurting.
You
or
take
you-
a break when you get yours ate.
Nah, but listen, you might be
Hello? Are you
eating
a touch
one,
me
and
now?
the other girl's like, "What about me? I got you. Hold on, just
okay.
hold on.
Okay.
I got some, right? Because it's only me, all right.
But here's the
It's
thing.
only you, it's crazy.
Think
But
about
hold
it.
up, can I tell you something?
Go ahead.
Just in case.
Okay.
I know y'all are experts at what y'all do. I'm not. what I'm about to say don't got nothing to do with y'all. It's all.
You're just
all right.
thinking of it.
Because we are sponsored by Shop Starship. And
okay.
ShopStarship.com has all the adult toys in case, you know what I'm saying, you get a little
okay.
tired.
Yeah.
So we got
Not
something
a
for
plug.
y'all.
Is that a rose?
That ain't your average rose.
That's
though.
insane.
Like, listen, I'm doing one thing. I'm holding the hand out for the other. However, y'all would know better than me.
Yo,
Okay,
that's crazy.
So what I was gonna say,
That's the
right?
2 for 1.
Have y'all used this
so
before?
much.
Have
I
y'all
have
used
not used. That's
Have
the
you
next
used it?
level rose right there. I have not.
I
Y'all
use the
use it
regular
before?
rose.
I haven't even used a rose before.
I have.
Oh, well, y'all gonna have
It's
some fun
insane.
with that.
The rose is pretty good.
Oh,
it's pretty intense. Pretty good.
And sometimes, you know, you're at the house by yourself and you don't like want to like. I'm just saying, like, you just want to nut real quick.
Yeah, a little, just something in real quick.
Yeah, like, you don't want the whole intercourse. You don't want the whole thing.
Yeah,
you got 5 minutes before you got to get dressed.
Okay. So you're saying it's just one you, so just take the hand and do that and just...
Yeah, for you, probably. I wouldn't know.
But what I'm saying is, right, if one person, let's just have a
segue.
If one person is on their back, right, and the other with their legs open, the other person in their legs, somebody's mouth is open.
Hello!
So it's like, I get it. I can visualize
Feel that seat, baby. What are we talking about?
We don't.
Feel that seat.
We're going to talk about this in the car.
But I'm saying, there are ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, everybody get a segue.
I'm not in disagreement with that. There are ways.
Yeah.
And ways have been done.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, we're going to add a little spice in there.
Nah, because that rose is next
crazy.
level.
Yeah.
So make sure you use our code No Homo Show 10% off. Go run that up, gay bees. Okay, just a few more things before we get y'all up out of here. Okay. Advice. Okay, so advice for queer couples who are curious about poly relationships. What advice would you give them?
Definitely. The advice I would give queer couples that are curious about poly, you definitely have to be open-minded. You have to be open to communication, and you also have to be open to the experience and processing what's happening in that moment. Because you might have set ways, and like we were talking about earlier, people are raised different. So you think this is how it's supposed to go, this is how it's supposed to go, this is how it's supposed to go. But if you're already exploring polyamory, then you are not a traditional lover, you know what I mean? So you can't think of traditional things to implement on that relationship.
Yeah. Okay, I would say understand that because we are individuals, learn to love that person how they like to be loved. Just because your person loves a certain kind of way doesn't mean that the other person likes it that kind of way. So be open to exploring who they are and respect the journey, because again, there's a lot that's going to come out about yourself.
Yeah. I
experienced jealousy. I never considered myself a jealous person, but baby, the way that shit hit me like a ton of bricks, I had to sit and process that. And, I had to learn from that and sit like, why did that make me jealous? What is it about me that made me feel like I had to be insecure in that moment? And to have that honest conversation with yourself is very, very important. So when it comes to conflict, embrace it, because that's how you grow from it. So.
Okay.
I like that.
Book is on the way. All right, final question. And we just had a whole episode about this. Excel's been with your wife how long?
Over 8 years.
Over 8 years. I'm still kind of new. I'm gonna be 3 years in May. But y'all are out here 103 years.
I'm crying.
So how do you keep things exciting in a relationship for this long?
Man. You never stop dating your person.
Never stop dating.
Unfortunately,
ever.
I know she stopped cooking. But,
my wife? Oh, but she'll take me out to eat any day. I'm not complaining. She make sure I'm fed.
Make sure. So things like that, if your person likes things, whatever they like in the beginning, continue to do those things that they like, because they didn't stop liking them. You know what I mean? They didn't stop liking going to the movies, going to theme parks, playing, I don't know, Xbox, PS2. Give them some video games. You know what I mean? But yeah, never stop dating your person. Never stop knowing their love languages, and never stop elevating and growing with your person.
Yeah, and that requires having sit-downs and conversation with your partner. How are you feeling this week? Is there anything that I've done lately that you don't like? Is there anything that I can improve on? Are there areas of opportunity for us to develop and grow? Is there something you want to do that we haven't? Because we're evolving beings, right? So who I am today isn't the same person that I was 10 years ago. So I can't treat her as if she's the same person 10 years ago. Okay, her taste might change. Maybe she'll start liking studs later.
I'm fucking with you.
She snuck that one in there. She snuck. She put that up.
That was perfect.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good zoom in, because baby, they're attractive. I'm not attracted.
Again, I wouldn't know that if I don't have a conversation with her. Right? I can't just assume.
I still know.
I can't just assume that she doesn't like certain things or this, that, and the other. You just have to have those kinds of conversations and be open to having those conversations.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like that. I need to do my little check-in, make sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
check-ins
for sure.
are very
check-ins
it's
are
it's same thing like if you have a job and we're entrepreneurs, so it's a little bit different for us, but you still have to check like what your reports are. Like how are we, you're checking your engagement, you're checking your numbers. So it's like you got to check in with your relationship too. How are we doing?
I think a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't even realize that you have an issue, right? It's like, and then it could be a little things like the shoes at the front door that cause resentment later on, right? Because we never had a conversation about it. And truthfully, you might feel something that you don't even know what the feeling is until you have a conversation. Yeah, because there'll be times we're talking and I'm like, I don't really have the words to form what I'm trying to say, but I'll let you know when I do.
Yeah.
And I'll sit and think about it and then we'll get to it. But yeah.
So you can't be afraid to also, if you don't have the words for it, just be like, I'm still processing this. Give me a second. Yeah. Cause I really do. I'm hearing you, I'm listening, but I didn't even know that was a thing. Let me figure it out. Yeah.
Get that ego out the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
That ego will fuck you up every time. Get it out the way.
Back. So, y'all out looking for?
we never looking,
baby. They can find us
every time. They find us.
Are y'all, for the audience, are y'all open for a third? I feel like y'all might get some DMs after
y'all
this.
gonna get some DMs
if they meet the
Listen,
standards.
Let me tell you something right now. Don't slide in nobody's DM if you ain't really about that life.
If you're not ready, because niggas be on. Niggas like to talk, but don't be.
Because I about that. They do a lot of this. But it don't go nowhere. There's a whole lot of shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but ain't.
That part.
So,
but we are single technically in the poly.
We are single.
we are single or whatever.
We're single. We're not looking, but if the right person happens to come around,
we're dating. We're dating.
Is there anything that we didn't clear up that y'all want to clear up today?
Yeah, that hoe that said got
Snap.
No. I don't. There's nothing to clear.
And if any of our
we'd be out the way. So
going away.
Yeah, if any of our viewers got any other questions about poly, let us know because we have interviewed or talked to a few different couples and single people that are poly.
We got a candidate for y'all.
Yeah,
a candidate. Whoa.
Hold on, Bert. This is the third person you pitched her to.
I'm trying to find my friend.
Is she even cute?
Yeah,
is she
very
ugly?
Well,
okay.
It depends
We'll have
with
to
y'all.
see.
We're gonna have to see.
I'm gonna show y'all her.
All right, y'all. It's the No Homo Show.
Whole lot of gay shit. Whole lot of gay. I like that.
Boss Rich, we certified, and DJ XL.